Hi everyone, we are gonna start in next 5 minutes. Let's just wait for Neelam to come. I guess she must be having some issues. So yeah, let's just wait for another 4 minutes and then we will be starting the session.
Hey, hi, good evening. So just let's wait for 2-3 minutes, and then we will start.
Hello, everyone. Welcome you all to the ACE, to the people who have joined in on the meet, as well as to the 400 plus members who have joined us on YouTube. A very, very warm welcome to all of you. We have Neelam with us. Yes, we'll be starting. Neelam is from Google Cloud and she'll be taking you through the ACE, how we can pursue with the ACE examination, what we have to cover, how we have to proceed with it, what's in the module 1 and module 2. Apart from that, after once the session is done, I'm going to take you through the go through of everything, where to submit what, how to use the Skill Boost platform, how you can redeem your credits, and everything. So stay tuned till the end and let's just start with the session. Neelam, over to you.
Hey, thanks, Avni. So let me share my screen. Hey, hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining. So I am Neelam Pawar, and I work as a customer engineer with the digital native based out of north and eastern part of the India. And today I will be giving brief how you can start with the associate cloud engineer exam and what are the paths that you need to follow. So this is like our detailed guideline, like detailed official guideline for the learning path that you should follow. So it start with the associate cloud journey. So it will be explaining what are the prerequisites who should start. Like if you want to start with the career in your cloud, there you can start with this. And just to add on, like we have our ongoing event from the Google Cloud that is going on Cloud Next, and we have the like lot of sessions and in-person event in the Bangalore as well. Lot of developer engineering focus, and we have just recently made announcement that like you can have developer specific sessions where you will be having credits and you will be able to avail certificate as well. With one certificate you will be able to get 500 US dollar credit for the GCP environment. So you should, I will be sharing that link for that, so you can just try to explore that as well. So second, start with the Google Cloud fundamental core infrastructure. It will be basically covering how cloud is different from your own premise, what are the ways the cloud get offered, different networking, storage services. And in the next module, you will be having like a mix of the labs, on-demand videos, and there you will be having specific to the compute. So in ACE, you will be more working on the command line. It will be like how to just set up configuration for the VM using the command line. What are the, if you want to just create a subnet into one region, what will be the like G Cloud SDK commands you will be using. So you should be clear about like what will be the actions, what are the resources I'm doing, and what action I want to perform in that particular resource. So you should be well aligned with the syntax of G Cloud utility. Getting started with the Google Kubernetes engine. So it is basic. It will be like just starting the deployment, and then it will goes towards the like how you will be scaling specific to services, how you just enable the different scaling metrics available for the GK. Then comes to the like it comes part of the like associate exam only, how you will be setting up Google Cloud logging monitoring, and that specific like if you have enabled like load balancing in the but you have not enabled logging, then you will be not able to see any log. Same for your application is hosted on the app engine, but if you have not logging, then you will not able to see anything into your VPC log. Then it's newly added item, it's Terraform. So how you just automate your Terraform, what will be the state file, what will be the like different main.ts, what how you should configure your variable.ts, how you can just store your state file into GCS bucket. So it will include that as well. And these are some specific labs that will be just covering all these areas. And once you are done with this all, you have the exam guide you can follow just to revise, or you can just start with the exam guide as well. And then you can start with the sample questions that once you register for the certification, you will be having access to 20 like just real exam simulated set of practice sample questions that you can go through, and then just check what area you want to move more want to improve in that. So this is recommended, but this is specific to the like what I find is the in the community as well. These are the resources I found, like there is in Udemy course by Ranga that include the your PCA and the ACE as well. And then Satish Vijay has very explained, in a very good way. He explained how you should just take the questions in the exam and how you should answer it. So in that way, it will be very useful. Like for every questions, what are the key points you should look out in GCP? You will be finding like out of the all three CSP, the language will be in the questions. It will be very descriptive. To be true, it's very confusing statement, and the answer you see is very different. The whatever the questions they are asking, it is not related to 2 3 lines. So then this GitHub link, it will be very useful how you should attempt to writing a questions. It's applicable for all the exams. And then this is GitHub link for the Priyanka. There you can follow. It's like detailed for each services. See as explained in the picture. What are the ways you should decide what service to choose in GCP? And this is official guides that you can follow. Now comes to the I have last explained. So we will be covering today Associate Cloud Engineer first 2 modules. So in first 2 modules, just a second. So first, it will be covering Google Cloud for fundamental core infrastructure. So first step in this, and second thing I want to just highlight, I am following this guideline to give you a walkthrough for the AC exam. So today I will be covering in the exam guide first, setting up a cloud solution environment, and then deciding on the what planning and configuring a solution. So I will be covering these specific tasks that are defined into these 2 modules. So if you go to the first, so there it is mentioned like wherever you are working with the cloud infra, you will be either working with the 3 types of services: infrastructure as a service, PaaS as a service, and software as a service. So if you are using all the services, like in the question, it will be like what infra resource, what will be the model you will be using. If you want to have specific control at the OS level, then your platform services that include App Engine, Cloud Run that don't support you that one that access. So you need to configure the infrastructure like in the compute only. So what are the different options in compute? So we have different like you will be managing your specific OS. You want to have Windows, Linux, or you want to have specific to the like your data. You want to manage specific application, any specific port need to be opened, any logging need to be enabled. So there you can manage all the things into infrastructure as a code. And then comes to the platform as a services. I think there is some issue with system. Now comes to the PaaS. So PaaS include like different services where you are not worried about the runtime. You just deploy your application code. So that include specific to the like your app engine, your cloud functions. These there you just deploy your code and worried about the data security, how the connection string will be, how you are connecting your app to the cloud SQL or any other database you are using. You are not worried what will be the how the critical patch management will be done, how logging will be done, how specific like any maintenance window need to be defined. Then and there they will be doing the whatever the update or any maintenance window need to be done, or any update or any fix need to be updated in the platform. There you are just given option to just choose your maintenance window, then you just select and you deploy your resources. So we have services like the App Engine, Cloud Function, Cloud Run, and in the Kubernetes you have the GKE Autopilot. That it's like you are using platform as a service. And then comes to the SaaS. So SaaS offering is just like your Gmail. If you are using Google Workspace, right? So in Google Workspace, you are just managing your users, user data, right? So you are not worried about like how the security need to be done, how specific data need be handled. So all the stuff that is managed by the your specific SaaS provider. So specific, like if you are a SaaS company, you have customer, then your customer might be having multi-tenant system as well, or you have single tenant system. So that vary. If you are a SaaS provider, then what will be the your architecture? So these are different type of services that you will be working with the GCP. Next comes to the responsibility model. So who works in what area? So these are like specific detailed questions will be right. Any specific web application securities is there, and you are deploying your application on the app engine, how you will mitigate that thing. So that is your responsibility. It's not Google responsibility that you have to configure web application firewall in the app application deployed in the app engine. Google is not responsible. But if you go to the network security, that there is no other ports like except 443. When you deploy app engine or any other PaaS services, you just deploy on which port your service will be available. So only that port will be enabled. There will be no SSH port, right? So any TCP3 and TCP layer 4 ports will be not open. And any suppose anybody is trying to get, like most of the CSPs these days provide pass into a specific VPC as well. So you keep your path behind a one specific public IP, but in that also, that is platform as a responsible, like as a Google, it's my responsibility to protect at DDoS layer 3 and 4. You will be not worried about that thing. And then all the audit logs. So there might be like specific questions around these areas, like which will be working in that area, how you will be fixing that thing. Now comes to the specific presence. So in specific GCP presence, we have around like 29 cloud regions, but it will be totally like it's dating updated very frequently. And today, as of today, we have like announced and all other live regions as well will be like 48 in regions in next year. So zones will be like there is specific areas like in Mumbai and Delhi we have zones. So zones is like either maybe having specific separate location or the location that are like within one boundaries, but their update and like your their power domains are very different. Like any maintenance window need to any patch or power supply issue happen, then it might be not impacted into of all these two specific that particular two zones in that region. And there are some regions there we have zones in the separate 10-kilometer locations as well. And this is like your edge location where you just meet you just can connect your MPLS network directly to the Google Cloud specific data center in that region. So we have like if you go to GCP homepage, it's specific to like Google POP location. If you see in this example, this is in left side. It looks like my specific data center. That suppose I have office in GKE or like any near to Delhi, then the nearest POP will be Tata TSL office into Delhi office. So there, I will be just terminating whatever be the my internet provider is there. I will be asking them to terminate this whatever the line they have into this Google Pop. Either mostly already have their line terminating, and then you just connect to your data center, and it is data center Google specific location, and then you terminate MPLS line there. You will be given a specific port, and there you will be terminating your connections. So this is preferred like if you have latency sensitive workload and too much throughput is required, then it is must to have you have MPLS layer 2 connectivity with the GCP. And we have lot of locations specific to the region. In India also we have specific to the like each region we have 4 5 locations. And then next comes to the how you will be designing GCP network. So once you get into the system, there you need to VPC as well. So Google Cloud VPC is distributed VPC. There you can just deploy specific subnet into each region where you want to deploy your resources, and then you just configure whatever CIDR range you need in that particular region. So this is like specific to the connection, how you will be connecting your infrastructure. Like before even you migrate your workload, you need to make sure that what will be the connection state, like your landing zone. There is one concept in all CSPs called landing zone. Before you move to your workload, how you will be deciding that what will be the governance structure look like. So it help you into that, like suppose what you are having just one small office, and you want to, instead of internet you want to connect GCP environment over the internal IP, then you will be using the cloud VPN. But if I'm a big customer, I have too much data, 2 3 data centers, and the throughput is like I have IoT workload, consider one of the BPCL plant, so they have lot of refineries and they are lot of sensor that data need to be transferred. So there, for each site we have the small data size, so we can set up cloud VPN. But from their main data center we have too much data, like in terabytes, that need to be sent to the GCP, then we might be using the dedicated MPLS layer 2 connectivity. And across, if you are having like your cloud architect that is spread across all CSP, then you can leverage that as well. So this is second part I want to cover is today's billing. So whenever you create your resources, any account you create, it asks you to create a billing profile, right? Without billing profile, you even get access. Like if even in your console you go, then you will be able to see. But whenever you try to create any specific service, then you will be not able to create, because it will be saying like first connect this project to the specific billing account. So if you create a project, then in project you define whatever the location, and then billing account is must. So if you have not created this, then you will be not able to use any of Google Cloud service. So this is specific to the like billing. So it's what happened, like you create a billing account, and suppose you are just starting working in a startup and very small early stage. So what you can have, you just create a billing profile. With billing profile you can create your billing account and attach your uh, credit company credit card to that particular billing account. And then you create specific projects, and this like assign these projects will be connected to this billing account, then you will be able to provision resources. But if you are a mature organization, there you want to leverage specific to the like, you want to have 2 3 like you are using workspace as well, and you are using marketing like Google advertisement as well, and other ads like maps as well, other services as well. So what you do, you just create a payment profile. Under that, you can set up multiple billing account, one for the marketing, one for the maps, and one for the my specific cloud resources and the workspace. So there, like each specific, like for the marketing, you might be having different people who will be managing finance and budget, right? So there it will be easy to manage, and there will be clear responsibilities as well, who will be managing what. And then in the payment profile, you will be just attaching billing account, and whatever billing account you just see, if I go to the cloud billing, then you will be able to see dashboard like this. So if you go to, you have rights, billing rights. For billing dashboard access, you need billing either viewer, user, or administrator access. So there you will be able to see each the service specifics, like what will be the top projects that are contributing to your course, what are drop services there you want to contribute. And if you are using like specific your free tier account and you want to manage specific like there is no way that you get proper alert if any specific thing need to be any, suppose their VM you forgot to just terminate or just shut down that machines, then it will be too much cost. So in that case, you want to make sure that you configured all the proper specific like quotas has been created. You just create alert as well, and in that you will be just able to see like once out of this, I just want to make sure once I reach 1,000 like 100 US dollar monthly or like any whenever I reach that, I want to just get alert, and then based on that you can just define. And there are like specific like if you have some interns joining, then for interns you can create a project, and in that particular project you assign that this quota only, that they will be this budget only, sorry, not quota. So this specific budget need to be used by this particular GT project only, and you will be able to monitor. So once you go to this, so there are like lot of filters that you can apply. There are like custom range, invoice, month, and then specific to the services. And SKU is like what are the different component, like there is artifact registry there. In artifact registry, where it was used, what was the billing used, and what are the product the different projects that are using this service. So you will be able to drill down at the specific this one as well, and you will be able to see cost and all that stuff. And if I go to this one, you can share this report with other team members as well. And there are another things there is where you can set up billing and alert as well. Able to visible. Okay. Yeah, there is some issue with my account, it seems. So there is like if you want to move this billing to another project, then you can do and do the changes as well. So this is like there, I am not able to see what is some issue with my screen. Otherwise, in the billing itself, you will be able to see detailed what are the specific areas where you can work with the in the billing. Like any export need to be created, you can create BigQuery export, and you can just create the specific budget and alerting mechanism as well. So this is how the billing works. So this is just like this screen. You will be able to see specific like what are the amount you want to a budget amount, the current spend, last spend, or forecasted, and then you just define the actions. And then comes to the your specific. Just a second, I think there is some issue in my screen. It's overlapping two slides. So if you see the governance structure, so this is the first thing you decide. Like most of the developer or any like the startup just did start, and they eventually grow too much services in that. After that, they decide that they want to have the governance structure in place. So how you make sure that there is like before starting your first development project or as well, you make sure that you have governance structure. Governance is just like logical mapping of your organization, or like if you are thinking about a startup, then you just think about like what will be the future logical structure look like. In logical structure might be like I will be having two, three departments. That might be one is specifically focusing on the internet facing customers, and that is one people will be morely focused toward the internal users, what my internal users will be using which app. And then product specific, I am going to launch 2 3 products. So this is like at the top, the root is like root folder, you say it's company, you just map it with your domain xx.com. And below that, this is like department x, department y, or you can have product as well. So this is just like you, any resource not get created, this is just to have the governance, just segregation. Then you have the projects. So projects is recommended practices to have project as like specific to the your development project. You have test on the production, so always keep your production resources into different project. So why the production is recommended to have in different, because you have better security guardrails into that particular project. You can create different IAM policy who will be having access. So it might be sure that you will be having different security posture into development and different into production. So better to segregate into starting only, and then you deploy your resources. So this is GCP governance structure, and it is across like you can create many different many folders and up to many layers as well, and then different projects. But naming convention should follow your organization segmentation. Now comes towards the like our infrastructure. So in the infrastructure itself, like I have already last call also I explained this. So this will be there will be questions regarding the operations, like who will be managing what, who will be managing like if you are using functions and you are not worried about the security operations logging, you just deploy your code and everything is done. I am not worried about scaling and all things, but just I am worried about the payment. I will be paying that amount for whatever the function, for whatever the time and the resources it has used. So there will be like you just clear in dedicated host, virtual machine, what is different. If you go to any specific product, then it will like go to, if suppose I go to the cloud function homepage. So there it will be having specific areas like why you need want to go for the cloud functions, and then there will be like different use cases. So it will make your understanding more clear. These are like what are the different use cases I can use the functions. So it help you into designing your architecture as well, and what are the different features that are like you should try. So there are like within the with the architecture itself, they have explained it, so it will be easy to understand you. And it is applicable for all the services. So for the compute, the what are the compute services in the your Coursera course or skill boost, you will be they will be explaining the basic. But to detail get detail information, I recommend you follow this. For each this, just follow this path only, this page, that will be very helpful. It's not like just specific to covering your exam, it will cover other scenarios as well. Now comes to the operation and control, then security. So these are 2 3 things that will be regarding the operations and infrastructure, you should keep in mind for attempting the exam. And then comes to the before that starting the database, I want to give you walkthrough about console, like how you should take this into exam, what are the different things that you get asked. So if you go to this one, then there will be like this is the cloud CLI. There is like by default everybody get access to this VM, and this is by default free of cost provided, and it have private access, like you can connect privately all other IP the VMs deployed into this. And it will be like you will be having you can just whatever the code you deploy, you will be able to see into web browser. And from there whenever you configure, you will be able to see, like first you have to set the project. So project is the first thing there in the command line you will be following. And then it is some taking some time. So then you will be defining suppose you are using G Cloud set VPC security policy this, and any value I want to provision. So if I go to this G Cloud config set project, so what, so all the command line will be like this way. So I recommend for every service you deploy, you just try to explore command line as well. If you go to compute, then whenever you complete the UI part, then at the down at the bottom it will be showing command line equivalent. So just try to visualize that what its command line say, what resources need to be created. So command line config set project ID. So this is gcloud utility. And for BigQuery and Google Cloud Storage, we have different utility, xutil for storage and BQ for the BigQuery. But storage also can be managed by the Google Cloud, the command as well. Config, I want to config this set project. So set is the your action, and then project is where on resource what you want to do. So if suppose I go to compute engine and I try to create a compute engine. So if I go and create this, then it will be like by default it will be lot of parameters that I can select. And if I go this way, so there will be field like equivalent command line. If you go to this equivalent command line, so this will be like G Cloud instance creation. So compute is my resource, compute instances I want to, this is my resource. What I want to do with this, I want to create instance one, it is the name. And then you define the project, your compute zone, machine type, and all other stuff. So it's after this, the complete name of the resource and the what you want to do, there will be like just Linux command line syntax, you can say. If you are well aware with Linux, you will be able to follow all the stuff. So there will be like questions around this, like storage specific thing, any storage needs to be updated. And then comes to the like your specific this cloud instances, delete creations, image creations. In the lab also it is around like how you will be creating AOS image, what are the next startup script you want to have, and how you will be just passing that into your specific using the command line. So this will be like specific to the like hands-on like command line you have to follow. And then comes to the your database management. So these are different database we have in memory, that is like Redis Memcache. And then we have non-SQL, Cloud Firestore, Bigtable, Cloud SQL Spanner in all the relational database. And then we have data warehouse like BigQuery, there you can perform your SQL based analytics and ML as well. And then there are like third party strategic specific service provider that include like MongoDB, Elastic, Neo4j, Confluent, Kafka. And then we can have database on the GKE as well, that you can self manage, or like other stuff as well. Different partners who just give you the like whatever the open source you are using in the managed format. So then we have different storage classes. So this is for the your transactional database, right? What about the other storage options like your logs, your blob storage, your file storage? So these are different options we have. So this is Google Cloud Storage classes. So high class, like standard storage class, that is like very frequently used objects you will be using. So there you just upload this. And nearline is like some of the images that you might be using once in a quarter. Like suppose you have something just like specific to the medical claim settlement, there you might be not using with it. After the quarter you will be not using that document, right? Because you have already processed that claim. So you can put that into nearline. And then code line is like very uh, not frequently, once in a quarter you are using. And then you have archival, so you are not using less than one, so you can just archive this. And to make it easy for you, Google has come up with one sort of like AI based assistant. There you just while provisioning the storage, you just mention that what type you want to have uh, performance, like storage life cycle management auto, or you just want to have manual. So you just create the auto class. Then auto class, based on the user's pattern, it will be automatically moving the resources into different, like once in a month, then it will be moving into your line. And then we have different way to transfer the services. You can have online, you can follow or any for appliance as well. And just forgot to add, like there is file storage as well, NFS based file storage. There is like normal hierarchical file storage, not specific to the block. There you can manage like Google, like Microsoft files there as well. So you can just mount that and just access a lot of resources can access that shared file storage as well. And then there are the like different analytics and AI platform. I have explained it, but still want to connect, just give brief. There are different, it will be not too much in the AAC exam, but there will be some scenarios regarding pubs up, topic need to be converted, BigQuery, not sub specific to BigQuery, but there will be some scenarios regarding the cloud SQL for sure. Not in detail, BigQuery, it's like how you can, there will be scenarios like you want to export your billing data, logging data for the further analytics, which services you want to leverage. So there it comes the BigQuery. And then this is your decision tree, which database I should use. If you have a mobile SDK, then cloud Firebase storage or Google Cloud Space. Do you need for a specific analytics workload? If yes, then you might be using for the Google Cloud big table, that is for IoT gaming, like too much processing per request per second. Then we should leverage Google Cloud big table. Otherwise, BigQuery is for SQL transactional analytics. And if you need relational and you don't need your specific like horizontal scaling, so horizontal scaling is like adding 2 3 more instances. And then there are different cloud firestore in the Firebase and cloud data store. And if yes, transactional and horizontal scaling, then you for sure need this cloud spanner and cloud SQL. Now comes to the cloud identity. This will be also like one main topic covered in all the exams, like CDL, your AC, and the architect as well. So this is like cloud identity. Whenever we create any organization specific identity, so for normal free tier user, you will not able to see this specific cloud identity organization ID get created. So if you are using Google Workspace, then you might be for sure having the Google Cloud identity. That is the organization ID, org ID. If you are not having any organization specific contract, or you are as well using individually as a user, then you will be saying org ID is 0. And it is like your identity provider. So if I suppose I have Gmail ID and I want you to provide me access to your projects, then you will be providing me on the my Gmail ID in the cloud IAM. But my identity is verified by the Google. So this is just like another identity provider, like Okta, Microsoft, Azure AD. So that this is a type of that. So once you are defined, like your XYZ at the rate your company id.com, you have users, but in that user, how you will be providing the access in the cloud. So in the cloud, how to manage the access to the resources, you manage all this by the cloud IAM. So cloud, once your identity get verified, there will be like you can have users, you can have group, or you can have different like system accounts as well. And then you provide authorization. Like suppose I am providing access to the compute, but in compute, what I can do, that I control from the cloud IAM. And for this, let me show on the portal. If you go to this cloud IAM, IAM and admin. So there you will be able to see IAM and you just add people here. Suppose any specific access for specific service only need to be accessed. So if I give you grant and grant access, so I will be providing access to like this one. This is my project ID, and I just create a role. So role will be like what I want that guy to do in my environment. Suppose specific to the, if I go to the cloud SQL. So these are different cloud SQL specific tasks, and in each role, what admin can do, you'll be able to what admin can do. And then if suppose my instance where my ops guy like my operations need access, then I will be allowing this specific thing only. And then you just bind and you just create, you can bind another conditions as well. Like suppose I want to just provide this access to the just 2 hours only, just in time access, so you can provide that based on the time by operator. Suppose any auditors join and you want to give him access to all the your infra, then you can have that access. But instead of giving access permanently, you just tie it with the window, and then by default after this he will be not able to have access. And you can build another role. Suppose I have this, but I will be managing infra as well, or any other specific, I will be using cloud cloud asset as well. So this is part of cloud asset inventory is also like where you will be able to see all the your resources into GCP. So there also, that is also a role required for the ops team. Then I will be able to do and save it. So whatever the roles I have given, that is like once identity get verified, that I will be, that guy is able to perform in this screen and he will be able to access that at particular project level. So whatever access I have given to him, that is in this project only, right? If I want to give at the organization level, then I have to provide that access to the organization level. So that's why when in the last slide I discussed about the governance structure, that is very helpful. So if you have like well designed resource hierarchy or governance structure in place, you will be able to manage security very well, and separation of duty also like very easily done. So this is like you can control specific to each resource level. And now comes to the specific data specific like securities. So in security, in this session, I will be just like covering specific to the encryption. So it will be like encryption is like once I stored my data right into Google SSD, but whenever you are discarding that hardware, how you make sure that somebody get access to that hardware, he will be not able to do anything with my data. How he makes it make thing clear that any of data you are using into GCP, that will be not like even after the you are disposing hardware, it will be self securely disposed. So there it's like default encryption. So Google is first cloud to suggest this to enable mandatory for all the services. Then comes to the customer supplied encryptions. So there, like there is like fintech or any healthcare industry. There they want to have encryption in-house done. So they have using a secure vault or any other provider. Then they will be encrypting and just providing that. So we get services like you your encrypted data that is safe with us. And then comes to the like specific your external key manager. You can build the connector between your infra and your applications in the your external key manager for encryption as well. And then comes to the cloud KMS. So like if you have FIPS level 3, level 2 requirement that need to be fulfilled, then you can have software HSM, or you can have like hardware installed on the Google Cloud data center, and that will be Google will be just providing power to that. You have full control. So most of like you have application where authentication is done using the Aadhaar. So it's mandatory. It's servicing service manage your encryption. If you want to use customer manage encryption instead of default, then you will be able to manage who is having access to your keys, who is what type of access, how the keys are accessed. Then you will be able to visualize that thing. For now the unicast IP, and the unicast IP by default have capability to like uh, load balance your resources across the region. And you can just put simple WAP policy and just define which area need to be accessed, and whatever happen that like even your DDoS also it get just observed at the edge only. It will be not visible to your infra. Then you can have hub and spoke model, or you can have like hub is like where you will be having all the internet like public IP specific stuff, and then host project or a shared VPC we called it in GCP. So there you just deploy all the your resources that will be just internal. It all this will be exposed by the cloud load balancer, and all the traffic going through ingress and egress you are monitoring using next generation firewall. And then you deploy like service project service like where you will be using services. You are not worried about the your specific IP range or IP stuff, that my I'm not able to provision IP, this is collision IP, duplicate IP. So that's why that's like shared VPC help, because your network administration will be managing all the stuff like DNS, net need to be configured, firewall rules need to be like created. So their developer will be focused on their specific projects they are working, or the application they are working. And then comes to the basic area, like it will be load balancing. So in load balancing, there it will be like uh, too many questions around this solution in the all three exams. So there are like you have IPv6 and IPv4. So what is like once if you are having internal internet facing application. So there are three type of application. You might be having HTTP, TCP. You might be having like lot of video upload is done, and then you have specific to the like your IoT workload that is talking to your infra. That is like any IoT based stream analytics your team is doing, or any further talking to another application in the architecture, then how you just make sure that communication is secure. Yeah. So there you can just sign up on the question and you can select remote and on-site, and then you can go through. So let me check any other thing I forgot to cover. Yeah. So there is one more thing in terms of resource hierarchy. There is called an organization policy. So organization policy is like your guardrails by default that get evaluated between authentication and authorization. Like I am admin, but I am not allowed to create TPU resources because I have budget constraint. And somebody tried to get access, like he is not aware what TPU and GPU based resources are. He is not aware what region, what zone. So he might be creating one resource into uh, India region, and then he is using VPC into Mumbai region, like specific to Europe region. Then there will be too much networking cost because it's region transfer. So how you make sure that you can control all the specific thing into before like any manual intervention. So this is like where you just create specific like policies that is applicable for everyone, whether it doesn't matter I am organization admin, product manager or anything. Then also I will be not able to create. Suppose I go to disable IPv6 uses. So what it do? It will be disabling. I will be not able to create any resource into GCP that is having VPC IPv6. If I try to create, then it will give me error message that you are not authorized to create due to organization constraint. Even though I am compute admin, but still can't create. So this is good guardrail, and these are like there it will be for sure. And in exam, it is asked like suppose you want to prevent like if the case study specific thing, then in the scenario they will be explaining that you want to protect your organization that nobody create the external IP and VM. So what you will configure, then it comes to the organization policy. We have organization policy that you should not allow to create VM with the external IP. So get well versed with the what organization policies do, and this I have covered. And then comes to the enabling API. So whatever service you want to leverage, first you have to enable that API, and it's for every service. And now comes to the billing account. I have explained you can create bill export to the BigQuery. So recommended is now BigQuery only. Other earlier what it's cloud storage as well, but that is replicated. And this is like specific things what VMs you should use, product choice, and then comes to the different load balancing. And identify resource location in network for availability. So there is like network intelligence center. I'm not sure it will be asked in exam or not. It's more specific to the network intelligence, where you will be able to monitor all the topologies of your resources. What are the different resources? Where I should like it's showing me where are my resources, Europe, Google services, what different load balancing, APAC, what are the different machines and how they are talking. If it's like see, I have one APAC and this is talking to this load balancing, and there are two VMs in US that they are talking to each other, and what is the rate on that. And you will be able to see if like you are not able to troubleshoot. Suppose you are not able to connect any VMs, what is the reason? So there you can just try to do the connectivity test and you will be able to see. And then performance dashboard is to select your resources. Suppose I want to in like in Dubai we don't have data center, but users are in Dubai. So I want to analyze where which region should I deploy so I will have less latency. So this is specific to the heat map. There you will be able to see which is the like best region to deploy the application that is for targeted to Dubai users. So it is like just proactive approach. you see all performance, you will be able to see any packet loss is happening or any specific like latency we are facing. So if you see this is like packet loss, you will be able to monitor everything. Suppose you are like able to see your application is not as per the expectation, then you will be able to monitor this from here as well. And firewall insights is like which rules are blocking, so you can further strengthen your security posture. So that's all for today. If anyone have any questions, I'm okay to take questions now.
Thank you so much, Neelam, for such a wonderful session. Everyone, please drop your queries in the chat section. Meanwhile, let's just see how we are gonna proceed in the whole initiative. So I hope you all have registered on just a minute. I hope you all have registered on the CDL dashboard and you all are able to see this dashboard. So let's take you to a quick go through on how we are going to proceed in it. You have to attend all the sessions. There will be 3 sessions. One is happening today. The other one is on 17th of October. And the other one, the last one is on 20th of October. After that, you have to log in onto the Cloud Skill Boost platform and have to complete the modules of ACE. We have 13 activities in total in 7 modules and have to go through all the resources. You can see the resources available in the resource section. If you face any issues, feel free to join the discussion zone. And then the step 3 is to complete the quiz. Remember, you have to complete the 7 modules and get all the batches to be eligible for quiz. The quiz will be live on 27th October. You have a time to complete all your modules and batches by 27th October. If in case you are taking time that is like 30th October or 31st, feel free to do that. The quiz will be live till the first week of November. In the step 4, once you have submitted the quiz based on your answers, that is, if you are scoring 80 or more than 80% in the exam, and on your skill boost batches, that means you have completed all the batches, you will be receiving the credits, the voucher to redeem your ACE examination. This will be taking a 2 to 3 day process since all the MCQs will be closely checked by our expert team of Google and HackerSkill. In step 5, after the exams, you have to book your slots of ACE examination. Remember, you will only have one single chance to appear in the exam as well as in the quiz. So be well prepared on both the ends. Step 3, once you have successfully completed the exam, drop your credential link in the submission box. The submission will be opened after 1st of November. Moving ahead, let's take a go through of the Skill Boost platform. Make sure the first thing you have to do after logging in is to make your ID public from the profile itself. If your profile is not public, you will be directly disqualified from the whole initiative. So make sure you are keeping your profile updated. We are sending your the credits which will be visible here from here to you in the slots. So in a slot of 500 to 1000 people, daily people will be getting the credits. If you have not received the credits yet, wait till tomorrow. You will be receiving the credits as the last is going on tomorrow. Once you have done this part, you have to click on the categories. Sorry, you have to click on the path and then select the cloud engineering learning path. This must have been covered by Neelam, but I am repeating everything again. So in this path, you have to complete all these given labs, quiz courses, and after that only you will be eligible to be there for the quiz. I hope everything is clear. If you have not knowing the schedule is there on the website. So we have the first section on the first session on 20th October, the first session on, just a minute, I guess this is wrong ones. Okay, yeah. So we have the first session here at 70 at today, that is the 12th of October. The other webinar is on 17th, and as I already mentioned, the third webinar is on 20th of October. The website will be updated soon. Then the examination, the quiz will be live from 27, and the Associate Cloud Engineer exams, you can book your slot from 1st of November. The submissions are open till 30th of November. So feel free to submit your exam, your certificate once you have given the exam. I hope this gives you all a very clear go through of what exactly you have to do. Now we would like to take all the answers. Again, repeating, if you have not received the quiz yet and have been registered for the 12th of October session, then you will be getting credits by 20 by tomorrow, that is 13th of October. The quiz will be live on 27th October and will remain live till first week of November. That I guess the date, just a second. The date is 5th of November. So the quiz will be live from 27th of October till 5th November. So make sure you are completing them. Now I would like to take the questions. After you complete the quiz, so giving you a quick brief on quiz. Quiz will be considering of 5 to 10 MCQs. You have to answer all the 5 to 10 MCQs along with your skill boost ID. Once the experts will be going through your skill boost ID, seeing if you have completed all the batches, all the 13 batches, and then the MCQ answers, you will be getting a mail both on rejection and acceptance. If in case you still have any query, you can directly connect to me via mail or via WhatsApp groups. All right, then let's take some Q&A. Uh, Seems a lot of you have questions regarding the exam pattern. So once you complete the quiz, we will be providing you a set of example sample papers who will be up, who are able to get the vouchers. We will be providing special sample papers to them. So feel free to go through all the sample papers, and then you will get an idea how exactly an exam will be looking like. uh, Let me check Kshitij, if it is a serial link. I get updated from my tech team. I'm really sorry on that note. All right, if there is any technical questions, please let us know here. I'll be repeating again all the operational steps after that. How to get Quick Labs credit? So the Quick Labs credit will be mailed to you by the Google developers on your registered email ID. So you can check with it. We are giving the credits and slots. So feel free. Uh, you can wait till tomorrow. Your credits will be in your account if you have registered for ACE 1 only. If it is ACE 2 or Serial 2, you have to wait till your registration date, and after that, in that bootcamp, you will be getting the access. All right, then I guess, Neelam, there are no more technical questions apart from that. How the quiz is hoping. If anyone has any questions, please drop in the group. That is very important. If you want to take the questions, if you want to get your query solved. Also, let's just jump into the YouTube. If there are any of the questions there, we will be love to address that. So when is the quiz actually? Is it right now or later? So the quiz will be live on 27th of October. Repeating again, we are giving you 15 days to cover all the 30 modules. Start doing the modules. I'm sure you are gonna. The quiz will be provided to participant everyone, but then the eligible will be getting the vouchers. A detailed mail regarding this will be shoot out to you on your email ID, and all the things are being there on H2S dashboard. So make sure you are checking your dashboard regularly, resource section as well as the main dashboard. So we have enough number of vouchers, but that depends on how you is gonna make it. Uh, Last time, if I talk about the serial, we have more than 500 people who are currently having their serial exams. So I guess we have enough number of vouchers. So don't be panic about the vouchers or anything. Just make sure you are completing your quiz very efficiently, because that will be the only chance for you to redeem the coupons, the vouchers to give the exam of associate cloud engineer. All right, then let's wrap it up. You guys can log in on the Skill Boost and start with the courses. For batches and quiz or any of the special batch, you will be requiring the credits. Those who have got the credit, I hope you can start with the training. If not, then you guys can wait till tomorrow and then you guys can start with the training. Before quiz, yes, you have to complete all the labs and quiz. Make sure you are completing all, otherwise you will be disqualified completely. You will not be eligible for any of the certificates. You can do it. If the labs are completed earlier, then yes, you can, but then that depends on your marks also, like how you are performing well. The we will be strictly monitoring the dates on which you have been completed the exam. You can complete the quiz before, but then you have to wait till 27. Since according to us, like the Google developers and hackers, what we have designed according to that, it will be taking 15 minimum for you to complete the section, complete all the quiz and labs in maximum 30 days. So we have given you a bracket that is 27 to 5th of November. You can take the quiz and get on, wait for voucher. In both the cases, that is, if you are rejected or if you are accepted, you will be getting the mails. So don't be panic on that. Next, we have swag to the proper Google Cloud Kit once you are completing the certificate. So you will be getting that. So, the questions in quiz, regarding the questions we will be asking in quiz, that will be somewhere the quizzes you are going to attend meanwhile doing the quest or doing the batches or doing the courses. So they will be similar to them. The quiz is just to check your knowledge about the associate cloud engineering, how you are, how much you are prepared of, and yes, the quiz will be multiple MCQ questions, so you have to be very much prepared for it. Regarding the exam level of case, I would request Neelam, if Neelam is present here, to take that thing, because I guess, okay, so Neelam has some other commitments after 7, so she, but then you can take this experience from our next speaker. We will be having a session again, so you might cover this thing at that point. All right, guys, I guess we can wrap it up. If in case you have any other issues, feel free to reach me out through mails, through WhatsApp groups. I guess maximum of you would be having my WhatsApp number, so feel free to connect with me. Don't call me directly, please. It's a humble request from everyone. Please don't call me directly. You can ping me through DM or through WhatsApp group. That would be really appreciated. What about the slides? So these slides will be there on the resource section by tomorrow. So you can download these slides from there itself. How many credits that we will get? You will get enough credits, but the credits will be only valid for 1 month. So make sure you are completing all the quests in the 1 month time period. In both ACE tracks, no, you will not be able to participate in both CDLs or ACE tracks. You are only able to participate in one ACE and one CDL. If you are doing so, we will be directly cutting down your email IDs on the examination process itself. You have to pass, you just don't have to pass, you have to secure more than 80% marks to be eligible for the vouchers. Repeating again, completing all the 7 modules there on the skill boost platform, and to give 80% of marks will make you eligible for the vouchers. Okay, if the group is invalid, I'll be shooting a Discord link also today. We are gonna switch to the entire communication on Discord. So make sure you are joining the Discord link, which will be in the mail tomorrow or day after. You can drop your queries. You will be having a separate section for case examination cloud tech camp. So make sure you are dropping all your queries in that Discord channel. All right, then there is no negative negative marking. Share the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group link and the Discord group link will be shooted through the mail, so you can check either on the H2S dashboard or through mails. Everything will be sent it over through mail to everyone. Don't worry if you are not in any WhatsApp group. Make sure you are joining the Discord, sir. All right, then let's wrap. If there is anything more, feel free to shoot out the mails at support@hacktoscale.com, or you can directly shoot your queries in the Discord server. The link will be shared with you in next half an hour. All right, guys, it was lovely having you. I hope this solves all your queries, and if not, let me know. I can answer them right now. If you have 4 modules, refresh it after half an hour. You will get all the 7 modules. Don't worry. I'm dropping the link here itself also for you all to have a quick understanding of what exactly the cloud engineering learning path you all have to cover. So yeah, here is in the chat. All right, guys, let's wrap this up. Those who have the serial exam scheduled in between this, all the best, guys. You can take a break on that day for that particular time. Give your exams, be best. There are a lot of people who are having their exams regularly. Either it's late night or in the morning. So yeah, if not serial, then we are closing the registrations for serial, which is happening on 19th of October, uh, on 17th. So make sure you are registering for that too. All right, guys, then to get credits, we have to mail. No, you don't have to mail to anyone. Everything will be mailed to you. Don't mail to anyone. Don't mail to Google developers or me for credits. The credits will be there to you over a mail on your registered email ID. Don't worry. You can register in both CDL and ACE, but do not register in both ACE or both CDL. You will be completely disqualified from both of the examinations directly. You have 20K credits. That means you already have got the credits. They are more than sufficient to complete the quiz. 900 credits are more than enough to complete the quiz. All right, then let's wrap it up. See you guys on 17th. Bye bye. If in case you have any doubt, feel free to drop at support@hacktheskill.com or in our Discord server. Bye bye, everyone. Hope it sounds all your query.